Okay. Before we go further, subscribe. Okay? Go and follow me. Instagram, Twitter. Don't bother with Snapchat. TikTok. Okay? I'm trying to go famous there too. All right? Yeah, go all socials is Heyitsmenesser. If you like the content, obviously share it as well. That would be amazeballs. And yeah, just enjoy a little story time. So as some of you may have seen on my posts, I posted that I was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. So obviously have to stop playing football there. So essentially the autoimmune disease that I have is lupus, or that I was recently diagnosed with is lupus. And essentially along this period of a couple personal videos, what I'd like to do is essentially, first of all, explain my situation, talk about it that way, and then obviously everything else that's surrounding that. So lupus itself is a disease that kind of is predominantly in Black Africans, Latino or Hispanics, and Asians. So it's kind of it's a disease that's obviously like it is like Black people are prone to. So it's something that obviously I'd like to promote with regards to Black health. Obviously, I'd also like to talk about how it's affected me personally, how I'm dealing with it, and things going forward and such. But yeah, so essentially everything started in January when I got COVID. Yeah, and I was grand. I wasn't even that bad. But obviously then just having long COVID effects, trying to play football, just was not having it. Just lungs were not working, whatever. I thought it was asthma for a bit, and then I was really fatigued, thought that was anemia for a bit. And that's kind of what lupus does. There's multiple massive symptoms of it. It's not just one thing. That's why it's very hard to diagnose. And then on top of that, then obviously keep playing football, kind of aggravating it as such. And then also I had like mad inflammation on my eyelids, my hands, my feet. Like I'll put pictures of them up. Like it's actually crazy. We thank God that nothing, not too much damage was done. You get me? I'm kidding. But yeah, it was so crazy. For about 5 months. Just kind of suffering with that, trying to get through football, get through life, strong Black woman, all of that thing. And it just kind of got worse. And then went to hospital, found that out. Here we are. And that's just, it's been just so crazy and just been a whirlwind of stuff. First thing that I want to kind of just hit on is just kind of just Black health. First of all, and just health in general. But obviously because it's lupus and I'm Black and I'm me, obviously would love to promote it more from my community, because obviously seeing the differences in health inequalities, just in different societies and stuff. Also, side note, as most of you know, I wear many hats, and one of them is that I have a master's in public health. So this is probably something that I'm really interested in general. So it's like I've gone like crazy nerd Google everything. Like even I spent like a week in the hospital, and every day like different doctors would come to me because, like I said, lupus has different symptoms, and they just be like telling me about something, and then they'd be like, yeah, don't Google that. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'm okay. I Googled it and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. In Jesus' name, I'm not dying. But yeah, so it's just been crazy. And so yeah, with regards to like Black health, it's just one thing. It's like always wanting to be strong, always, and this, I think it's just an athlete mindset as well, just always just running through, walking it off type mentality. Like I literally, like I bought football boots, yeah, and I couldn't fit into them. I just thought like Adidas messed up the size, and I actually tried them today and they're perfect size, and my leg was just swollen for 5 months, and I just didn't think anything of it. And I'm trying to play football, and even pictures of me playing football, like my face is just swollen. It's crazy. It was just such a crazy experience. But obviously feel better now, which is great. But having to take time out with that, and it just even to anyone, like I would just prioritize your health. Health is wealth, though. Health, because when I saw these hospital bills, man, I was trying to go holidays. I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, like just prioritizing our health, and it's just so hard to do it all the time, because you just don't take things seriously, and I'm proof that you should take it seriously. But to be fair, it wasn't serious at the time. Everything was quite systemic, where it would swell up and then go, there'd be pain and it would go. So it was hard to kind of judge that, because, you know, I was grand after a day or two. But it was just so mad. And obviously just listen to your body, listen to signs, and all of that good stuff. And it's so crazy even watching the Christian Eriksen just video and everything about football, and it's like not realizing like what your body's going through and pushing through that. Like as an athlete, I think it's so crazy. UEFA, I don't know why they let that match go on. But it's just, once again, just listen to your body and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, so now that I kind of know where I'm at with medication and timeline and stuff like that, working with the doctors, it's just made me obviously have to reevaluate like fears and things that I want to do for the future, because obviously football is a big part of my life. But it's just kind of understanding myself once again, and I think I'm actually really excited to see what the future holds, what other hobbies and stuff I'm gonna do. I've been just doing weird stuff lately. Had a beach party. But yeah, I'm literally on TikTok 24/7. But it's just one of those things, you know, that it just life just happens. It just hits you, and you just have to deal with it on the head. And I think my reasoning for making these videos, as much as it is to kind of get my story out there, like promote Black health, promote health in general, I think it's just like there's a lot of overcoming that I've had to do, and in that overcoming I've learned a lot of valuable lessons. And I think I like to share anything that I find valuable. I would love to share it with other people. If it helps me, I would love to obviously help other people. I think that's what I'd like to do. And just obviously mentally having to fight all these battles all the time, fight adversity all the time, you have to learn to overcome. And just the ways that I've done it, and the ways that I'm currently learning how to do it, put my faith in God and stuff like that as well. It's just something that I would love to share with you. And yeah, so yeah, since being diagnosed with lupus, then obviously there's been a lot of like life changes and stuff. The biggest one would be not being able to play football for the next couple of months, obviously. Health and stuff like that, like I feel a lot better because I'm on medication and stuff, and obviously limitations in certain places. But obviously the biggest thing for me, because football is obviously such a huge, massive part of my life, it's been really interesting seeing everybody else's reaction to it, and I'll explain why. Because it just was so weird. It just seems like everyone else was like more devastated than I was, which obviously is so understandable. And everyone's actually been so lovely, just absolutely so amazing. I've actually been so overwhelmed, just by my friends, families, just everyone. I just can't thank you enough. But yeah, so essentially, like, I think a lot of people would associate me with football, do you know what I mean? And would assume that my identity would be in football itself. But it's weird, like a couple of years ago, I tore my ACL when I was in America. So then when I did that, I obviously had to reevaluate my life again. And at that point in time, I kind of going through therapy and mental stuff like that, just having a hard time, and had like other like bereavement and trauma that I had to deal with, like taking away football from my identity, and knowing that my identity was something bigger. That's when I got deeper in God and stuff like that. But just, it's just so weird. Like, obviously I'm devastated that I can't play football right now, but I'm just so happy that I'm actually okay. Because it was just so scary. Like, you saw the pictures and stuff like that, and obviously not being able to breathe and not being able to do daily stuff, it's so crazy. And it's just like, now I just feel like it's just a load lifted off me. Like, it's just such a blessing, obviously, being able to do that. But it's just like, even just thinking about it, and just thinking about like what everybody else goes through, you know, like a lot of people spend their times doing stuff, and obviously trying to get the right job, trying to just live a certain lifestyle, you know. And it's like, if that's taken away from you, it's almost you'd crash and burn. And it's like, I'm so thankful to God, mainly, like, just because like I genuinely don't even know where I'd be right now if I still was kind of in that mind frame. I'm not even saying that mind frame is wrong, but it's like, it would just be so crazy. And it's like, it's been so hard for me to explain to people why I've been so chill, and why I've had like so much peace in it. And it's just like, I genuinely don't know if I'll ever play football again. Do you know what I mean? Like at a competitive level. And that's scary and it hurts, and I accept that. Do you know what I mean? But it's just looking at perspective of life and understanding where you kind of are in things. It's just so important, and it's like, and that's one of the things that I want to share with people, and I want to kind of motivate other people to just obviously just work on your mental health, understand yourself better, and not let anything have a hold over you. Like obviously it's not a bad thing to have football as my identity, to have football as my backbone, like, which it's been everything to me in my life. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of, it almost gives you that limit, you know, like when you're holding on to something and it's like this thing defines you, and it's not having that define me anymore. And like I said, like if I go back and play football, thank God, I would love that. And obviously keep pushing to the highest level. But if I don't, there's almost peace in it, and I'm kind of excited, you know, to see what else I can do, because like since I was 7, I've been an athlete, and that's it. Like that's been the main thing in my life. So it's like obviously trying to do this YouTube thing a bit more. I'd love to get more into media and stuff like that, and just do weird and random stuff. I don't know, like what do normal people do? I can't prioritize at all. Like I just like would go into football and like just lock everyone else out, and it's like that's probably not good. But it's like obviously trying to find that balance and stuff, and that's kind of what I'm learning and what I'm kind of excited for in this journey there. I can just be a normal teenage or teen. I'm 25. Man's a teenager. So yeah, that's pretty much all for me right now. That was like my story time little thingy. But yeah, like I think the whole point of this is probably just to motivate other people, and just like whatever it is that you're going through life. Like I heard like a phrase before, and it's just like, oh, if you're going through hell, why would you stop there? Do you know what I mean? Like it's so hard to keep going, and obviously life throws 110,000 things at us all the time, and we all have like different issues that we're going through. But it's just kind of just to keep pushing, and just obviously hope for a better day, and wherever you can find an outlet, just take it. You know? I'd hate to come across as someone who's like false positive, as in like I'm just faking positivity, because that's not it at all. Do you know what I mean? I'm very aware of what's going on, but sometimes it's a choice, and it's very hard. And it's not every day. Sometimes I'm bawling, crying all the time. Do you know what I mean? And other days I'm just a little crackhead. And it's just to take each day one at a time. And I think it might be easy to say now that I'm a month in. But it could be different down the line. But yeah, just for everyone who's watching this and who needs a bit of motivation and a little pump up, just don't stop and keep going for whatever you're doing. And look, if you need to try something new, just do it. Like for example, I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing the next couple months. I've been walked for 4 hours. Why did I do that? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press on the bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.